gonna see how we get going. Okay. In here. Oh. Here we go. Tony, hi.
Hi, James. You okay?
Yeah, not too bad.
Can you see me okay?
Yeah, you can see you fine. Everything's working okay, it looks like. I hope so. I'd like to welcome everybody to the first edition of Woodford Chats. My name is James Walkinshaw, and I'm here with Tony Scott, the chairman of Woodford Town, the mighty Woodford Town. Hi, Tony. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, James. Yeah. Keeping upbeat. Light at the end of the tunnel now. We can see things changing. A couple of months ago, I'm sure it'll fly by. So, yeah, really optimistic now. Really looking forward to, well, in my case, coming home. As you know, I'm stuck abroad still. So,
yeah, stuck abroad it's got good and bad points, I suppose. You've got a little bit of the weather now, but yeah, you just can't be here. But
no.
You know,
no, it's all looking good. It's we come off the red list on Friday, and we're hoping the borders will be open at the end of the month, 31st. We're going to look at it again. So, but to be honest, you know, with the field that I'm in currently, you know, with hospitality, that's all closed down.
Yeah, that's all closed at the moment. So.
Yeah, and you know, anything and everything to do with the club at the moment, I've been doing digitally, electronically. You know, as you know, we've got a fantastic committee, directors of the club. You know, everyone's up their game with what's been going on at the grounds. You know, we've been managing to carry on as normal, to be honest. So, yeah, no, all good.
Yeah, it helps that there's been the lockdown. So, you know, there hasn't been many people to deal with day to day. But still, we're trying to do a lot of work off scene. So, to start, let's find out a little bit about you. So, oh yeah, happy St. Patrick's Day. Thought I've mentioned that first.
Thank you.
I hope you have a pint of Guinness sitting there somewhere.
No, unfortunately not. No, we're in lockdown out here as well. So
yeah,
trying to find Guinness in the can in Portugal is not an easy task.
It's not an easy task. No. So Tom, where did you grow up? Where were you? Where's your origins?
I was born in South Chingford, along with my three brothers. Long time ago now it seems. But yeah, I'm a local lad. Yeah, probably a 5-minute drive from where the new ground is. So yeah, it's all very local for me.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. So where are you now? Where are you based now?
What,
are you still pretty much? Yeah, are you pretty much in the same area?
I'm North Chingford now, based in North Chingford with the family. Have been spent 15 years, I think it was, in Woodford Green. We had a house in Woodford Green, and then when my dad passed away, we moved back to North Chingford. So all local, all very local. Yeah,
so I'm just trying to establish you are a local East London boy. Like myself, you know, I'm Hackney born and bred, so
Some may say North East London, but E4 and IG8, yeah, it's I am very local. Yeah, went to school local. Although my family originated from Islington. My dad's from the Islington area many moons ago. But no, I was born and bred Chingford, and I say lived half the time in Woodford Green and half in Chingford.
Yeah, brilliant. Just local lads. Football. So how did you get into football? When did you play?
Yeah, going back to my generation at school, that's what you done. You done geography, maths, and English, it seems, and the rest was PE. So that's what you done. You played football, cricket, or gymnastics, or using the basketball team. And when school was finished, that's what you done. You played football over the park, you know. So yeah, sport was, you know, in my generation, it was very big. I mean, my dad was a very sporty person. He was a boxer as a young man, very young man. He was schoolboy British champion, and then he played football up until, you know, I think he was 42 when he actually stopped playing football. So I played football, schools, districts, and then you joined. There was no academies as such as there is now. It was just Sunday League football or the Scouts or your school or the district. So I'd done all that, but I'd left. I left school at 15 to start work for my father's transport company. So the last thing on your mind was playing football when you're doing an 18-hour shift.
Yeah,
6 days a week when you're 15 years of age. So that's when my football career stopped. But no, very, very big in my family. I mean, my oldest brother Stephen played at a high level, conference football, loads of non-league football. So yeah, that's a big part. My dad used to watch him all over the country. My other older brother David, he's been going over the Arsenal since the early 80s, if I remember rightly, and he's still going now. So what he did, so what he didn't do on the pitch, he went and done in the terraces. So so we're all a sporty family, and that's how it come about.
Yeah. So how did you get to do the organised side of things, like coaching, etc.?
Well,
how did that come about?
Like a lot of people, really, had two young sons, and their mum Lee took them off or the oldest one Riley took him off when I was about 4 years of age to the local church hall, where there was a soccer school going on. Fantastic club, Ryan FC. It is the biggest and the best around for many, many years, run by Richard Williams. Great. And he started there at 4, and then my second son, he joined. Then as a parent, you go to watch the games and you're itching to get involved. And so, yes, started helping the coach out for my oldest son's team. Was very successful there with Stevie Parrott, who's a good friend of mine now. Had a good time with them, good club, lots of nice people at that club. And then Richard said, why don't you take your coaching badges? So we all started taking our coaching badges. And yeah, just got really involved with Ryan FC, which was great for about 10 years now. It was a fantastic club. Really nice people there. Still good friends with us now. Still see them now. Dave Bricknell, Duncan Sharp, Saffron Hillier, all them people. And you get to know their families, and it becomes, such a wonderful organisation. Christmas is good with the kids. You take them away at the end of the season. And that's how I got involved in the coaching and managerial side. And then I took on my own team and carried on at Ryan FC for a while,
Right, okay. And so how did this all morph its way into you being chairman of Woodford Town? How did that sort of wind its way into your life?
I drew the short straw, I think.
No,
whilst at Ryan FC, the team I was running, my oldest son Riley, I was running that team, was quite successful, and there was another team at the same age group that was run by D Safer, my good friend now and co-director at Woodford Town, and his team was being coached by Jason again. Now very good friend of mine, very good coach. And Richard sat us down and said, look, you've got two fantastic teams here. I think the kids were about 13, 14 at the time. He said, why don't you get together, and make a great package of a management team? And that's what we done. And that was how my friendship started with Dee and Jason. And we never looked back. The team was fantastic. And that went right through to, I think they're under 16s, and then we sort of looked at it and thought, well, where are the boys going to go from here? Because we had quite a lot of talented bunch there, We had some good players that were going off to academies. 3 or 4 went off to get pro contracts, and we just wanted something to go on with. And Dee was the driving force. He had the idea of getting our own football team, but wanted to get one of a status like a step 5, like we are now, not start at park football. And so Dee suggested it to me, and I was all for it. Jason was already on board, and then Dee drove that, and we managed to get the club that we wanted. And he just sat me down one night and said, "Look, me and Jason have been thinking, and we'd like you to be the chairman. We'd like you to sort of front it as such. I can't touch Jason's laces when it comes to coaching, and Dee's a tremendous manager. So that seemed the perfect role for me, being the front man. And I think they thought I had a few quid at the time, but they found out to the contrary now. So that's what I'd done. Sort of, that's how it started off. Then we met Jason's brother Trevor, another really good friend of mine, top coach, works at Spurs and does the Leighton Orient development program. Trevor come on board almost straight after, and the four of us have carried on from there. And it was just natural progression, really. You know, I was being chairman, they were doing the football side of things, and that's how it's been ever since.
Yeah, great. So Woodford started off. You four have started off this team to basically get the youth players that you've had for many years to play senior football. So
yeah, go on. Sorry.
So how did the ground come in? Because we didn't have a ground before, right?
No, so that was the thing. You need a home, but a lot of teams at our level ground shares. Unfortunately, we're a London-based club, so land is of a premium, and unfortunately, a lot of the greenbelt land of parks are going. So finding a ground is paramount to your survival. So we was ground sharing to start with at Brimsdown, and then we went off to Broxbourne Borough. You know, developing the team as such. Growing the team, but sort of travelling around and one season there, one season. And at the back of our mind, it was always to get our own ground. And that was sort of leaving them three guys to do the football. And I was trying to drive that from behind the scenes, but coming up against a lot of barriers, you know, trying to talk to people and councils and organisations to have a ground and develop it and then put a clubhouse in. It's not been easy. It's been a long, long road. And, I could tell you a few stories about that. But so that's what we've done with those developing the youngsters that are coming through with the team that we had acquired that had already had a substantial amount of talent in it. Was well established at step 5, and we was just sprinkling in the youngsters and trying to get this ground. So that's what it was, sort of travelling around ground sharing for 3, 4, 5 years.
Yeah, so with ground sharing, I believe we tried to get Snakes Lane.
Yep.
But that wasn't possible. Do you know the reasons for that?
Yeah, obviously, anyone who knows anything about Woodford Town and how historic the club is, it's been around for a very long time now, and it was quite iconic. You know, even if I don't mind saying so myself now, in them days, even before I was born, it was an iconic club. Had a lot of celebrities, a lot of ex-pros that have been there. Johnny Haynes, Joe Kinnear, Jimmy Greaves was
Jimmy Greaves,
You know, Jimmy Greaves was living in Chingford, and he was a legend to everyone. So, so Snakes Lane was where it was at, and it had a quite a famous clubhouse come nightclub there, which was before my time, but which drew in a lot of the celebrities, Bobby Moores and the like, Rod Stewart. And so Snakes Lane was always the place to go. And I tried for 3 or 4 years badgering the council and wasn't getting anywhere. Obviously politics come into it, and had no joy and kept getting rebuffed about, it's not. I mean, they've been sitting there for 27 years, not touched. Which was frustrating. But obviously councils have their reasons. I don't know what they was. So we tried for that, and then one day out of the blue, I took a phone call from a young gentleman who Lloyd Dudridge. He gave me a call, and he just said, "Look, I was a fan as a kid. My dad used to take me there. I live around the corner. What's your plans? I see you're back in business, and can I help in any way?" So I just said, "Well, unless you get Snakes Lane, So I think he was working as a councillor at the time, and I was asking questions, being a local lad, and he asked a few questions, and he got us an audience with the council and the leader of the council, which was nice. And lucky enough, the leader of the council, Jazz Athwell, he understands. He's a sports guy as well as a good businessman and a good politician. He understood the need for community clubs to come back. There's nothing else around of our level, and he understood that Woodford needed Woodford. And that was a connection there. And unfortunately, it had just been let out to another organisation a week before, and so
timing.
Yeah, that's it. Life is all about timing. So what we've done was we spoke, and they come up with the idea of you know, literally 500 yards away is Ashton playing fields. So we all went over there, had a look. You've got based there, you know, the wonderful athletics club there, Woodford Green Athletics Club, that have been there for many, many years.
Yeah,
and
that's another athletic club.
Yeah, and they said to me, you know, do you think you can make a go of this? And, you know, when you got nothing, anything's good. So we had a discussion. We thought it might be hard work. And so we entered into a relationship with the council to try and bring Woodford back and find it a ground. And then Ashton's took off. They found a way of making it work where everyone would benefit. You know, the athletics club are going to benefit greatly by us being there because of the stadium being there. Their grading goes right up, and if I'm not mistaken, they can hold graded meetings there now, which they've never been able to do before. The hockey clubs that train there, they're going to benefit from that. You know, we're going to have the facilities now that we hope to run from the new clubhouse. You know, Woodford Town really want to run that and give people, you know, there's nothing there. You know, you have parents there by the hundreds watching their kids train hockey, athletics, all over the back. There's nowhere to have a cup of tea or anything. So we can bring all that to that. You know, the hospitality side we can run from Woodford Town, from the new clubhouse. So that's how that come about. Great help from the council. London Borough Redbridge have been absolutely fantastic, along with their partners, you know, Vision, who manage all their sites. They've been a great help as well. We'll say they've been, you know, really helpful pulling all this together. Without them, we wouldn't have nothing. We would have anything.
Okay. Just to come back, this is Woodford Chats, having a chat with the Woodford Town Chairman, Tony Scott. Just having a little break to just tell you about the Woodford Town membership scheme. You can become a member of the club by paying just a small amount of money, £50. This will get you entrance to every home game for our first season back in our new stadium, a picture with a player of your choice, a free soft drink at the first home game of the season, an opportunity to enter your child or someone that you know as a mascot for the game, and use of our new members terrace, a place where you can make some noise for Woodford Town. So log on to woodfordtownfc.com and go to the membership page, and you can be a member of this wonderful club. Okay, back to Tony. Tony, so let's just talk quickly about the pandemic, how this has affected everyone. The timing of it was a little bit rough for us because we're still waiting for our first game at the new stadium. But how did that affect the timings of things?
Well, obviously frustrating. You know, we'd all worked so hard along with the council and Vision to get the site playable and the clubhouse in. Obviously, by going into lockdown, everything had to stop. We was ground sharing at Harlow Town. Thankfully, from Harlow, they allowed us to stay there for extra time, you know, because of the pandemic put into it. So it was really frustrating. All the works had to stop. And then, of course, come out, lockdown, work started, the league started, went into lockdown again in the November, the work stopped, you know, so stop. In hindsight, James, which we know is a wonderful thing, it will probably work out better, and as much we'll be playing the first home game there, everything complete in the summer, you know, whereas before things was incomplete and we was rushing to get in there. So it has worked out for the best, although me and everyone associated with the club have been very frustrated. And of course, we put it out there to the community. We've got such an interest from the local community. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's non-stop, as you know, it's non-stop. And they was invited over, then we had to cancel it, invited them over. So a little bit of embarrassment on my part, you know, but there's nothing I could do. And I've learned to live with that, you know, this last year. Lots of upsetting things have happened in the last year that no one could do anything about. But now we see a bit light in the tunnel, and we just got to get on with it, and all look forward to the first game at the new ground, which will be spectacular event, I'll tell you. I've got lots of...
Well, I hope so. I hope so. I hope you're buying fireworks, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know that. So, what are the features of the stadium? How's it changed the ground?
Well, what it is, it's in conjunction with Athletics Club. That, you know,
Yeah.
there's the athletics track, their clubhouse they have on one side, the pavilion that is shared by the nursery, and to the east side is the new clubhouse that has been built. The pitch is in the first team pitch is in the middle of the running track.
Yeah.
A little bit like, you know, when you look at the Italian games and some of the continental guys, they are in the running track, and which we thought
West Ham.
Yeah, West Ham, yeah. And like at West Ham, you worry that it's going to be a little bit too far away for the spectators. But then the work started, and you could see it was going to be something special. So there's a brand new grandstand gone in, 351-seater grandstand, brand spanking new. New floodlights all around that benefit us and the Athletics Club. LED lighting, so state-of-the-art lighting there. And obviously we need perimeter fencing, turnstiles. So we've got a new set of turnstiles gone in, and the clubhouse is second to none. Very, very modern, and I know you've seen it, and it's great. It's very pleasing. Can't wait to pull the first pint in there for the first fan.
That'd be good.
Yeah,
that'd be good. It's almost as good as the Spurs ground. Just letting you know.
Yeah, not that far, yeah.
So, future plans for the club. So, where do we go? We've achieved this great milestone, getting a ground in London. It's almost unbelievable. I have to admit, when we started down the road, I thought this is going to be almost impossible, because that's going to take so much money. But with conjunction with everyone, we've achieved it. So where do we go with this platform?
Right. Well, one of the good things about having your own facility and your own home is, you know, you can attract the youth and the youngsters. When you're ground sharing and you're training facilities in one borough and another training facilities in another borough, it's very hard to entice people to be part of your club without a clubhouse, without any status. That's what we've got now. So now people will come over there, they'll see the clubhouse, they'll see the pitch, it's this immaculate pitch, the turnstiles, the hospitality. We've now got a new under-23s 18s pitch over the back that's, as you know, barriered off. The dugouts are gone in now, the new goals are gone in here, so you're not tiring out the main pitch. You can keep that maintained and healthy. So over the back, we've got that 23s, 18s pitch, and we've now got obviously the ground to do all our training on as well. So we started in a small way the soccer school. Trevor Dewberry started the soccer school off to great success, I must say. Done really well there. He's pulled in a couple of coaches there that have been doing very well. So the soccer school's got up and running. And that's where it starts. And then from that, we've got a couple of under-8s teams. So you've got a base, and then as they all come through the gates, they can see one day I might be playing on the main pitch, you know? And there's a progression there for everyone. Everyone can see that. Everyone's there training. Parents are more, they're more comfortable to bring their kids over to train. They've got a nice clubhouse to sit in. It's in a safe environment. You know, you're not just going over to a park or a field and watching a couple of coaches run around with their kids. It's a proper facility, and we've got our own facilities. And by that, you're saving money, because facilities in London are very expensive. AstroTurf pitches. I mean, I've been doing it for sort of nearly 10 years now, hiring pitches, and they're very expensive in London, I must say, and also access to them. You know, there's quite a lot gone in over the last 10 years, and it's still not enough. If you could double the amount of AstroTurf pitches for football and hockey and other sports, they would be used Monday through to Friday for training.
Monday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday for games. For
games. Absolutely. Wouldn't stop. I mean,
you know, 7 days a week.
You know what the weather's like in England. Most sports on grass, you'll lose 2 or 3 months through bad weather.
Yeah.
Whether that's the waterlogging or frozen pitches, you'll lose that. With AstroTurf pitches, you know, you can keep going, especially with the kiddies. I mean, it's not everyone's cup of tea, AstroTurf for the senior players. They prefer grass. But, you know.
The kiddies, it's good.
So that is it. Getting the home is there now. We've got an attraction there for everyone to come and see. And it is my passion is the youth side of things. You know, I've always been passionate about that. I want to get the youth set up right. Just like Richard done at Ryan FC, fantastic down in London Borough, Waltham Forest. We're in Redbridge, so there's no conflict there. But let's build that youth side up, and they're the kids that are going to be playing for your first team and your 23s, your reserves, 18s in the long run. So, and they'll have passion for the club. They'll have passion for the club. They won't just be sort of mercenary and just turn up. They'll know they've been there for many years. Yeah. So the dream is you have your 8-year-old that works his way through the club. 18, he's playing potentially for our first team. Well,
so
I'd like to think a lot of
Town right the way through.
I'd like to think a lot of them would be playing first team football at 16, 17. You know, we're synonymous with that. We've played a lot of 16-year-olds in our first set up in the last 4 years. You know, which everyone was in awe of to start with, but now everyone's doing it. And if they're good enough, they're old enough. The old saying is so. Yeah, no, that's our dream. But slowly, we're getting there. Who'd have thought we'd be where we are now? Yeah. 13 pitch, 23s pitch, 18s pitch, soccer schools, grandstands. Yeah, we're almost there. We're almost there. Almost there.
Brilliant. Okay, got a couple of little questions for you. Right. Okay, what's your favourite sandwich? Let's go.
Sandwich, lion meat.
Left field.
Ham and cheese or cheese and ham.
Haven't you? What, toasted?
Yeah, toasted isn't bad. Yeah, toasted isn't bad.
Yeah, melted cheese is a gift from God, I'll tell you. Okay, what's your favourite film? What would you think it was? Yeah, what do you think?
What have I watched recently? Pirates of the Caribbean, the first one, I think.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was hoping you were going to say the first one because there's been a couple of ropey ones in that series.
Like any of these sequels, they get worse and worse. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What hobbies do you have? What do you in your spare time? You have nothing to do, right? I know that's not your life.
When was that, James? When was that?
Exactly. But you have nothing to do, right? What is the favourite thing that you would love to do?
No, I mean, I used to try and play a bit of golf in my spare time, but that's more frustrating than being a chairman, I'll tell you.
It's a mad game.
Do you know what? Even as much as I do watching football, I suppose, watching my two boys play for the last 10, 12 years has been, you know, very enjoyable watching them progress as footballers and watching players at the club progress. You know, I've seen some players that we had when we was at Ryan 10, 11, 12, 13 go on to get pro contracts, which is very sad. So, watching football, analysing and putting my own little bit of spin on it.
Okay, cool. Tony, I've got one last question for you, right? Have I missed anything? What have I missed asking you that you'd like to tell everybody?
What I want to tell everyone, what I'd like everyone to do is to get on the bandwagon with Woodford Town, start to following us. I know social media is a massive thing now, so I'd like everyone to get onto that, follow us, see what we've been doing for the last 8, 9 years, see how far we've come, see what we can do for your son or daughter. See where we can take you in terms of football. Yeah, come and join Woodford Town Football Club. Okay.
Tony Scott, thank you very much for being the first guest on Woodford Chats.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Yeah, great. Thank you all for watching and tuning in. We're going to go and have a pint of Guinness. I'm going to try and find one. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm going to find
one now, Thanks for having me on, James. Really appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for being our first guest. We're honoured to have you. We're honoured to have you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Honoured to be here. Cheers.
Okay. Bye. We'll see you. We'll be back next week. Hopefully, we're in consultation with our managers, Dee and Julian. Hopefully they'll be on next week, but we're still sorting it out. We'll put in the publicity throughout the week on Woodford Town Instagram, Woodford Town Facebook, Woodford Town Twitter, and we'll let you know who's going to be on. But we'll be here 8 o'clock Wednesday for Woodford Chats. Thank you so much. Good evening, everybody. Thank you, Tony.
Cheers.
Bye.
Bye.